Hey everyone, Josh here. Thanks for joining me for this LTTB platoon gameplay. I know we're not a full LTTB platoon, but don't hold that against us. First thing you'll probably notice is the fact that I am running a ton of APCR ammo and the food on my LTTB. This is foolish. It's very expensive to do. I was trying to 3-mark the tank, and I failed horribly, so I didn't finish. Just way too much silver investment just to get a 3 mark on a tier 7 light tank, so I'm trying to finish the accomplishment without. And then another fail, you see me trying to get up on this hill, and it's quite hilarious, but I do manage to get up there. And before the patch that made this map a lot better for heavies, mediums, everybody but light tanks and artillery, I guess. I'm sure some tank destroyers liked it too, and if you like sitting back and sniping, yeah, you probably loved Swamp the way it was. But it was very overpowered for the light tanks, for the assist damage you could rack up. I don't even need a cam net. I can hop in these bushes with my like 10, 12 perk crew and absolutely sling turds at everybody without their, Now, the one thing I will say, if you're a light tank player, I'm sure you've noticed this, but even if you haven't, tanks like to drive up behind you and get you detected. That's one thing. But when you do shoot APCR, it's a lot easier for people to hit your tracers back if you're in a bush. If you're shooting APCR, if you're just shooting an AP round, it's... Ooh, I stole that kill pretty bad there, but it's a lot harder for them to shoot back at your tracer that a lot of people seem to like to do on console World of Tanks. So, be warned. Now, if you're going to get shot at, this LTTB is one of the better light tanks to get shot at, and I mean, if you're getting shot at, you're playing your light tank properly. And by that I mean the LTTB is a small profile, it's fast, and it's got really good armor. There's not really another light tank in the game that has all three of those things. In fact, I can't think of one other than the LTTB. T-54 lightweight, yeah, I guess, but it just doesn't have the same... what's the word I'm looking for? YOLO factor, I guess? I don't even know how to, yeah. LTTB just seems to cut through things. I don't know. It dodges better. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I apologize for my rambling. And I mean, you don't really need this APCR, but it just takes the guesswork out of switching your ammo back and forth. Now, I'm sure there's... The reason I picked this game to show everybody is it's not the sheer fact of the total damage I do, it's the fact that it's against tier 8s. Like, there's no tier 10s in here. Like, I'm sure people have put up huge assist damage games in light tanks against tier 10s. I know the new map variants with the Sandstorm and the Winter Blizzard and the new ones coming out. Oh, lit up. People will have put up some disgusting numbers. I've done it. I've seen plenty of tanks put up massive numbers on that, especially the Step Sandstorm. We're just like, one in particular is a 1390, just drove around in that middle area and my team couldn't shoot him. And I sat there trying to... it sucked. I was playing a Tortoise. There was not much I could do. I drove up, and by the time I had him lined up and everything, I was getting scooped on horribly by a Waffentrigger E100, so that was the end of my game. But they're fixing that with the next patch as of September 15th, 2016. So that's fantastic. Hopefully. We'll see. It's definitely something that's on their plate. So yeah, this is what I like about the LTTB. I'm just hoping I hit those shots. Really, I'm just crapping away silver and hoping to get a Faden's medal at the end of the game if my team wins. And getting assist damage while their team lets themselves get detected by shooting at me. This is the best part of the LTTB. Well, one of the best parts of the LTTB. Its gun is actually fantastically accurate, .34 accuracy. It's a great gun. I love it. But it's the driving, and if you have this tank, and say you're putting a new crew on it, you need camouflage, you need Sixth Sense, and then you need clutch braking. I'm not kidding. The clutch braking on this thing, I thought the tank was garbage. I thought people were insane for driving it. I put a good crew in that had clutch braking on it, and it completely changed the tank for me. It made it one of my top 5 favorite tanks. Well, it made it one of my more favorite light tanks. Let's not get carried away here. It's one of my favorite light tanks now for sure. And it's odd because as you go up with light tanks, the enjoyment goes up, but the risk factor goes up as well. I go up in tier with light tanks, sorry. The enjoyment goes up for me, but the risk factor also goes up because, let's face it, with 950 HP, a high roll from any one of however many tier 10 tank destroyers there are, you're done in one shot. It happens quite frequently. Even like, you know, Borsigs and Waffle 4s that like to use that 15 centimeter for some unknown reason can one hit you, which is pretty crappy if you're a light tank player, but whatever. Oh, nice try, kid. The beauty of putting yourself out there on YouTube is when you try dumb stuff like trying to drive that, you just get to show everybody, yeah, I tried that. What do you want? Of course, there's the many games it takes to have a... Yeah, oh, yeah, maybe I won't go that way. This thing's not a boat. But, yeah, you get lots of fails that you get to show people, and many that I don't show people. I mean, if people want to see me suck at tanks, they'll just play bad themselves. Or not play bad themselves. And just play, you know, that's why I don't show every horrible moment I have at tanks. Or else it'd be a lot of videos, to say the least. But yes, turretless tank destroyers, the LTTB is your nemesis. Good luck against it, especially in a field. You're done. Even in town, this thing 1v1 against tank destroyers. I mean, I'm even driving in front of these guys. Like you can't stop there because the other tanks that are around. But normally you wouldn't want to drive when you're looping around a tank. You don't really want to drive back in front of it. Especially a tank like an AT-15 that has a good reload and accuracy and pen and everything like that. Yeah, easy tank for the guy to just like zoom out and hit you. It's bad news. If you are a light tank player and you like your LTTB, I mean, repairs and track mechanic are great when you get tracked. Oh, no gun depression. But I'd almost recommend, unless you're trying to 3-mark it and you need that extra DPM, view range, etc., with your food rations, and you don't care about silver, I'd honestly, on my RU-251, on this tank, on most of them now, I go with 2 repair kits, one for the quick track fix. It's saved my life many a times. It's wise advice, regardless of how stupid you think I am or how bad my videos are. That is sound advice right there. Oh, thank you, kid. I'm loving this guy here. Thank you. And the big thing I can give you for a tip on tanks like this is knowing when you can just auto-lock and get away with it. You still won't pen as many shots if you manually aim in, but if you auto-lock, there's a time to do it and a time not to do it. That game had a lot of auto-locking because I'm bad. Ha! See, that's why it's tough to do this. Like, look at the damage I have there, and I lost 73,000 silver. Yikes. Fun tank, though. Very fun tank. It is one of the best platoon tanks out there. I'd say it's up there with the Snakebite and any Russian medium tank. But yeah, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my rambling and my LTTB play. And I thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys all out on the battlefield.